Hi everyone, I'm Coach Dylan from Phoenix Elite. Today we're going to do some flexibility and body positions. We're going to start with front body positions, hill stretches, bows, and bow lifts. So when we're first starting out, we're going to work on our hyperextended splits with a panel mat. So you want to put one leg on top of it. Make sure that your hips are squared. Coaches, you can follow them with their hips. Make sure we have a flat foot, and we're going to keep our chest up. Awesome, you should hold stretches anywhere between 30 to 45 seconds. That's static. We don't want dynamic for gaining flexibility. So next, we're gonna move on to our hill stretches. When we're doing this, flyers, you need to focus on pulling your toe into your nose and keeping it within this shoulder. We don't want it way out here looking like a Y. So we're gonna pull here, good. See how we're keeping one line, hips squared to the front, keeping it clean. Nice, pulling it tight. Awesome. Hold, bring it down. I want to pay attention to our grips. So pull again. So here, we're grabbing on the inside of our arch and we're lifting up into it while keeping our hips squared and hollow. Good and clean. Moving right along, we're going to move into bows. We're going to start with our opposite and then we'll move to our regular side. So you're going to pull just like your hill stretch, but at the very top, you're going to switch grips and pull it through. So up to a stretch, she's switching grips with opposite hand, grabbing the arch again and pulling through, making sure the chest is coming to the front and she's squaring her hips. Good and clean. Nice. Mobility and control are key to any body position. So you have to have a stretching regimen and a workout regimen. Once that feels easy, you're gonna help your flyers by doing toe lifts while they're in their bow. So we'll pull opposite bow, switch grips, pull through, and all she's gonna do is a toe raise while lifting her shoulders up. And 1, 2, good. Push that leg straight, nice and clean. Okay, next we're gonna move on to stretching out our back and our legs for our back body positions. This is Anya again. So you're gonna take a seat. Flyers, rotate that way so they can see you better. Good. You're gonna keep your knees bent and your heels in. You're gonna take both of your hands and try to make your pinkies come together behind your back while leaning into this. Everyone has their own flexibility, so only push to where it's tense, not to where it's tingling. Good, she's very flexible, so. Good, and then pull up. Nice. Once that's all stretched out, you should do that 30 seconds. So next we're gonna move on to stretching out her back and her hands for an arabesque and for her scorpion and needles. But I'm giving her resistant bands so that it'll give her some resistance like she's in the air. One here for me. Nice. Awesome. Keeping her hips squared to the ground. When she lifts her toe, she's gonna be lifting her shoulders and her chest. So give me a lift. Shoulders up, chest all the way up off the ground. Good, this is what I want. Straight line here. I want an imaginary line from her ponytail to her heel. Good, so next we're gonna move on to an elevated arabesque drill. And this is to keep that knee from dropping below and making her wobble in the air. So she's gonna take it. I want it bent first. It should be at a right angle. And she's just gonna lift it until it's straight and back to a right angle. That's gaining control of her buttocks, her back, and her leg. So one lift for me. Nice, nice, hold, and back down. And then next we're gonna move on to like a handstand drill for your shoulders. So we'll post up to handstand. Very nice, feet on a wall. And then you're gonna walk your hands out, pushing your feet into the wall and your armpits forward. So you wanna try to get your head out, armpits forward, and then bring it back through. Good. Let's do that on the ground. You can also do this from a bridge position. So lay flat for me. So you'll bridge it back up, feet together, hips up, and you're pushing it forward. Pulses to stretch out that back. So bring it down. Thank you. Next, we're gonna move on to actually pulling our back body positions once we've done all of our drills to stretch out properly. We're gonna start with an arabesque, lifting, making sure that line is from heel to ponytail. We have to gain flexibility to get it up there, but that's fine. Coaches, you wanna hold that back toe, try to elongate this leg. Good, and clean. See how her arms are in a T and her chest is up? That's to keep her from going off the front or the side of a stunt. Stabilizing the hips so that they have something to push through. Okay, next we're gonna move on to our scorpions and our needles. So this hand here, it's gonna be a hamburger grip. It's gonna reach around the shoulder and you're gonna grab the toe and the bottom of your own foot. So back to a scorpion. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, good. See how we're turning it a little bit? We just need to keep it flat to the front. And clean. Good, once you've stretched your scorpion and you can grab it naturally on your own, we're gonna move on to a needle. So you'll pull just like a scorpion, but this time you're gonna give resistance in the leg and in the chest, pushing it to each other while locking out this knee. Good and clean. Nice. This is actually a very hard skill to get, but I have a great trick. So take a seat for me. Make sure this knee is all the way in that corner socket, locked in, so it can't move. Good, chest up, squared hips, flat front leg. This should be at a right angle. And grab it for me. Awesome, very nice. Make sure you're not turning your chest to grip it. We need to gain flexibility in our shoulders. Don't compromise your hips to grab. Good, and relax. Very nice.